Hi, today we're going to be drawing one of my favorite heroes of all time, Pain. We're going to be using this image for reference material. I'm just going to go ahead and tuck this off to the side. So let's begin with a nice round head. And proceed to go with his hair. Now I like to get the shape of the head first, and then go on to do the hair. What we want to do now is make sure to really catch his hairlines. I want to really bring out his edgy nature and show that he's really into this picture, because if I pull up the picture again here and zoom in on his face, you can see his deep gaze in his eyes as he looks away from the camera at something unbeknownst to us. So I want to go ahead and draw his eyes next, and I want to capture that gaze. I want to make him look bewildered, and I'm going to proceed with drawing his nose here. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar, I'm going to be using the line smoother. This goes ahead and smooths all the lines you draw. I'm just going to crank this up to the max, you know. Now next, I want to get his eyebrows, because if you look here, he's got some excellent thick eyebrows. So I'm going to go ahead and draw these. And as you can see, he's starting to come together. Next, I want to draw his mouth. And looking back at our reference material, we can see that he has a strong M shape in his mouth. So I'm going to go ahead and capture that. So I'm going to start with, and gently go down. Beautiful. Oh, now this is looking good. I'd have to say this is one of my better pieces. Make sure we get his lips in there, because you need to have a lip crack. There we go. Gotta fill in those shadows. I'm actually gonna turn down the smoothing tool for this. There we go. Now that's what I call a quality piece of work. I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in the rest of him. He's got a green almost eye color, so I'm gonna go ahead and give him that green eye color. And his hair is black, obviously, so I'm gonna go and fill that in for him. There we go. I'm gonna go back to my black brush, and we're gonna turn up the correction here, back to 19. So I'm gonna start by drawing his body. As you can see, he's got his gamer gear headset on. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw that in. Make sure it gets that 3D look. There we go. So now that's a nice 3D look. Gotta make sure to add the other headphone. We're gonna give it that 3D look and make it wrap around his neck. There we go. Oh, not beautiful. In the picture I have pulled up here, it's a strong kind of blue. So we're gonna fill that in for him. Give him that blue headphone, and then a dark brown for the inside. Oh, that's actually a gray. I apologize. And we've got his headphones. Next, we're going to go ahead and finish up his body. Now, as you can see on the reference material I have, he's wearing a plaid, what looks like dress shirt over his black undershirt. And what may be a sweater here. Don't worry about this glare. We'll add that in later. Now I just like to focus on the shirt and body of Pain Gomez. So let's start with adding the basic shape of the body. Nothing too advanced, just gonna give him his shoulder braids. Make sure the correction is turned up again. Alright, not looking too shabby. Let's put in his arms. Wonderful. And let's make sure he's actually got a collar, because he's definitely not nude. We're going to make sure I've got the right color here, and continue drawing. Notice he's got the shirt set up like this, so he's got his hoodie, presumably out here. He's got his plaid here. This is the next layer of his clothing. And then he's, of course, got his solid black undershirt. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that right there. Then he also has a black sweater. Oh, looks like we didn't finish drawing that line correctly. No big deal. I'm just going to go ahead and zoom in and fix that for him quickly. There we go. Make sure the same is done on this side. Ah, wonderful. Also going to scroll down here, just make sure all that's closed off. Up, there's our problem. As you see, we didn't fully close off his sweatshirt, and that leaked out into the background, which we'll worry about later. Let's continue by filling in the black. And now I'm going to show you a bit of artistic magic. We're going to go ahead and select the magic wand tool and select these two regions right here. What I'm going to do then is take the red color and fill it in, because as you can see on his reference material, most of it is red. Now we're going to go ahead and go back to that lovely gray we had and the pencil, and I'm just going to go ahead and make lines as such. As you can see, our plaid pattern is starting to form. Go ahead and draw the lines in the opposite way. As you can see, we've got the plaid pattern really coming in now. And if you look back on the reference material, it's definitely got some white in there, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Just tone up the white and select our fill tool, and I'll put that in here and there. Nothing too drastic. And as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and deselect that. We've got a wonderful plaid shirt for our friend Payne here. Now, of course, we can't forget a skin color, so I'm going to go ahead and select a lovely, lovely tan for this wonderful man here. Just going to go ahead and fill that in. Ah, lovely. We want to make sure we get his eyebrows, and to add a little bit of depth, I'd like to use a softer gray here. Instead of a jet black, I'm going to go with a softer gray and just fill in his eyebrows. As you can see again here, we don't seem to have painted the eye completely, so I'm going to go ahead and fill that in, and then using my paint bucket tool, give him some eyes there. Now, knowing my friend Payne, he's probably stayed up very late, so I'm going to give him some bloodshot eyes. This is just for more added depth, and it really brings the drawing to life, because you don't see this kind of detail in modern cartooning or modern art or portraits. It just kind of happens to be one of those details that you can easily overlook. I'm going to do the lips here while I keep talking. And these details, I really think they need to be brought back into the art formula, because as far as I can tell, it's really not showing in a lot of works I've seen. Alright, well, now let's take a look at his background. I'm going to go and zoom out here and center. If we look here, it looks like he's in his room, and he's got a wonderful aqua kind of desaturated background. So I'm going to go and select a color like that and just fill in the background. Ah, there we go. Alright. Again, I'm going to take my magic wand tool and select it, and I'm going to go ahead and draw in the desk we saw earlier. So selecting a brown and changing my brush settings, I'm going to go back here and draw this desk. I think I can go a little bit larger. Ah, there we go. So that'll be his desk. I'll fill in a little bit darker brown for added detail. There we go. If we look back here, he's got lots of stuff on his desk, so we're just going to add that in. You know, it's nothing big. It's just some stuff. Just, you know, normal things teenage boys would have. And there we go. Yeah, that looks about right. So now I'd like to worry about this lens glare. A lot of people have asked me in the past, how do I do this? How do I do this overlay that we've got going here? Well, what I like to do is, because we're drawing in a semi-cartoon style, of course this is on the more realistic side, but due to it being a semi-cartoon style, what I like to do, and this is what I love about the program I'm using here, Fire Alpaca, I'm going to go and select the radial snap tool, and I'm just going to pull this out as such, like that, to illustrate the sun lines. Beautiful. Alright, so we've got these lines here going, and excuse me, that wasn't actually the radial tool. This was the vanishing point snapping tool. What I'm going to do here is just getting my camera in the correct position. I'm going to go and select a yellow, strong yellow, turn down the opacity a little bit, and just start bringing in those sun rays. See, and as you can see, our drawing already has that wonderful added depth to it, this lighting that we've added here now. And I'd really like to reiterate that as the light goes out, it gets stronger, and, or excuse me, as the light goes out, it gets weaker. So what I'm doing here is I'm just putting a lot of light intensity up there, you know, not that much down towards the bottom. You can see it's a lot more transparent down here, and all right, I'm liking that for the sun effects. And now let's go ahead and remove that. Let's go ahead and look at a side-by-side of our finished product, and I'd have to say, you know, that's worthy of at least $30 in my eyes. I mean, what is my opinion to you? But in my eyes, it's worth for around $30 or so. It's not bad. You could definitely use some improvement. Don't really like. Actually, I love the whole thing, but $30 is a great price for our painting here. Thank you for watching. If you could hit that subscribe button, make sure to subscribe to the comment section below. Don't forget to drop don't forget.